this all the time for dinner. Why not make a quiche? And then it's done, and you can just slice it and make it for breakfast. It's brilliant.
That's it. It's his go-to.
Yeah.
He said, if I have to do something quick and I have to have lots of protein right away, so I said, well, how long does it take you to do that? For the same length of time it takes to throw together an omelet, it's almost the identical process to make 2 of these.
That is so
he
smart.
made 2 quiche, you cut them into quarters, you bag them, and he's got 8 breakfasts.
That's so good.
Done.
Okay,
Ready.
now mac and cheese, mac and cheese, mac and cheese.
Yes.
So many students rely on it because it's cheap and it's easy, and you know what? It tastes good. I don't care what they say.
It tastes great.
We have an alternative, though, to mac and cheese.
Yes.
That is very easy to make, takes the same amount of time. We're going to make a tuna tetrazzini, so another good recipe for university students.
Yeah, and again, and we're going to touch on this a little bit later, how university students really have to pay attention to the brain foods that they're eating, and that they have to make sure that they get proper protein, and just so that their sugars are balanced and that they're feeling overall very good. So, are you going to eat starch when you're in university? Absolutely you are.
Yeah,
are you going to
cheap.
eat? Yeah. So here's an alternative, and here's what I want to point out. So you're going to make this for me, of course.
Of course.
Of course. So what we're going to do is I've just got the pasta cooked.
Yeah.
You can use any pasta you want. You're going to add this to it. And all that is some mushroom soup.
Okay.
So you're going to make it nice and creamy. I'll get that out of the way. Okay. Now, what do you do when you make mac and cheese, Tracy? You
basically add fluorescent cheese.
Exactly.
And milk.
Yes.
And pasta.
Yeah, and butter maybe.
And butter maybe.
So you boil
Butter
the
and margarine.
pasta, right?
Yeah.
You drain it.
Yeah.
You put it back in the pot, and you add 3 ingredients.
And that's what we're going to do now.
That's what we're going to do now.
3 different ingredients.
Different ingredients. So now what you're going to do is you're going to add some tuna.
Okay.
Nice can of tuna. So you're going to have this great protein in there.
Right.
Okay. Now if you don't like fish, whenever a recipe says add tuna, you can now get the same size of can of chicken. Okay.
Right.
Or salmon,
That's right. Or
which
salmon.
is a fatty fish, which is a brain food, which we're going to talk about in a sec. So you just kind of mix that all in. Here, it might be a little bit easier to use this one. Let me give you that one. Now you're going to put your milk in. Okay. So you're just going to soften it up.
And you can be as, as low fat as you want to be with your milk.
That's it. Now that's a 1%. You can use a skim, whatever the case might be. And now if you want, you can spruce it up.
Okay, let's spruce it up.
So I like to put in onion and celery.
Yeah, well,
I like onion and celery. So you're going to add that all in there.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if they don't want to, they're just going to end up with a great tasting mac and cheese, and it doesn't matter.
Right.
But if they want to add broccoli, asparagus, onion, celery, if you want to add it up. Now, here's why I love this as well. So we're going to add just a little bit of fresh pepper. Love that.
It's so easy though, and that's what they're looking for. You got to study all day and party all night. You need a fast meal.
I didn't hear you say that. Oh my goodness,
Come
are
on,
you kidding me?
It's gonna happen, parents.
My children do not do that. They are perfect.
Of course they don't. Of course they don't.
I can't believe the crew is laughing. That is not fair. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're just going to top it with the Tex-Mex cheese. And so you're just going to top it. Now, I'm going to point out something to university students as well.
Yeah.
When you are going out garage sailing and trying to find your pots and pans and things,
get good ones.
Try and find ones that have metal handles.
Yep.
And here's why. You save a step. Now you can throw this in the oven. It can bake. All the cheese is going to melt and go down in there. But you've not only made one little box. You've made this fabulous big pot.
Yeah.
Easy for leftovers, easy to grab in containers and take to school.
That's right.
And you've added some protein. So easy. You can just bake this, lose a step.
So a couple of things there. Don't forget your protein. Focus on protein, because that's what I did wrong.
Yes.
And bulk cook. A lot of university students aren't thinking about that. They're thinking about instant gratification. They want the meal now. They're hungry.
Yes.
And then they're relying on something unhealthy. So do it in bulk, and then you don't have to worry about it later on.
Yeah,
right?
They've got small fridges, so we do have to concern ourselves with space.
Yeah.
However, this isn't bulk.
Yeah.
It's just thinking a couple of days ahead.
That's right.
So that when you're cramming, you're not worrying about cooking.
Right. Good stuff.